Good day, happy travelers. Seven Continents Travel Agency here today talking about Perth, Australia. Shore excursions available from Royal Caribbean. So if you're watching this, you're one of two people. One, you're booked on this cruise, or two, you're thinking about booking this cruise. You see it stops in Perth, you want to see what there is to do. Purpose of this is to give you the cost. If there's anything that's selling out, we'll talk about height, age, and weight limit, weight restrictions. And if you have folks with mobility concerns in your party, we'll talk about any noted mobility issues as well. On this particular cruise, this will be here 2 days. This is day 16, and then it also terminates here. So you'll have the day on day 16 and day 17 on your cruise. It could just be a day stop, but this is what you could experience. We'll start off at the top by saying that there is some things with 5% off, 10% off, nothing percent off, and right now nothing is sold out. This cruise does depart in about a month's time, a little under. So it's good to know that in Perth, a lot of availability. The first excursion is an all-access ship tour. Maybe you don't want to go see Perth on day one. You just want to hang out and see what's going on in the ship. $116 per guest, 2-hour tour, and you are going to see what there is to see. So these are the items listed here about that experience. Feel free to read them. Highlights is food, of course. I always enjoy a good meal. And if you have some wheelchair concerns, it says do not select this. There'll be some protective gear. Got to be able to walk and stand. Must be 6 years old to participate. And if you're under 18, got to be with a guest. Make sure you talk about doing this excursion with your doctor. And so there you go. Those are some of the limitations. Pause, read them if you are thinking about doing this. Otherwise, the next one is Swan Valley with a drop-off at the airport. So if this is your last day, selecting this day 17, you'll have some excursions. Maybe you have a later flight in the day. You want something to do before. This is a 4-hour excursion. Starts at 9:30, $137 per adult, $83 for kids. And you are going to see the items listed here. And then at the very end, it's worth noting that, hey, when this is done, you will be at the airport. Regarding mobility concerns, here are some of the items of note. Feel free to read them to see if this is for you. And then we're off to the Twin Cities. This is a day 16 excursion. So this is not taking you to the airport. $106 per adult, $65 for kids. 4 hours long, 8:45 in the morning is the departure. Minimum age is 18. You're going to be in a comfortable motor coach. It's worth noting, comfortable, not in the uncomfortable one. Going to learn about some of the history, pause to read the notes of the highlights. Got to be able to walk a mile. If you have limited mobility, this is not for you. It says right there. All right, we'll go on to the next, which is a wine tasting at Swan Valley. $129 per guest, 4 hours long, leaves at 9:30 in the morning. Minimum age is 18, minimum drinking age is 18. You're going to see a winery do things at a winery that you would typically do at any winery, as the highlights suggest. Walking on this tour is at your discretion, not recommended for those with a wheelchair. There you go. The next one is Convicts of Freemantle and a Maritime Museum. That's a heck of a combination. $104 per adult, $69 for kids, 4 hours long, leaves at 9:15 in the morning, and you're going to see some of the a prison and a maritime museum. That, I'm telling you, that's like peanut butter and jelly. So these are the highlights of the things you're going to see. Pause if you wish to read them. If this is what you're thinking of doing. Not recommended for wheelchairs. There you go. So those are the concerns noted by the provider. How about a Freemantle and Perth orientation tour? $49 per an adult, $29 for kids, 4 hours long. One leaves at 8:30 in the morning. The other one leaves at 9 in the morning. Minimum age is 18. You're going to see the items listed there in the overview. A lot more highlights listed here, bringing you back to the comfortable motor coach. Feel free to pause to read these details of what you're going to experience here. Pretty great price to see all this stuff. Walking on this tour is at your discretion, not recommended for those with a wheelchair. Got a couple airport-friendly excursions. So these will be your day 17. If you're on the 2-day stop, with Perth being your terminating point, these next two are for you. You got the Twin Cities with an airport drop-off, and then you got the Twin Cities with the downtown drop-off. You get to choose which one you want to do. But at the end of the day, when you're done with the excursion, you are on your own to do what you want at your leisure. So, if you're going to Perth, these are the options available to you. I hope you found something you like, or confirm that there was something you didn't like. Either way, that's what these videos are for. Until the next video, I hope you travel safely.